1, 2, 3. Hey guys, we're finally fucking back.
Hey.
In the new year, we're here with
us.
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. Daisy, Jay, Jeff, we're back in this bitch, and it's 2020 finally. February. It took a while, but I guess we start off like how the year's been so far. For me, I think for most of us, it's not been that good.
Most.
Yeah, most of the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
How's your been? How
you been?
How's your
That's how it's been.
How has
been?
your year been, Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, uneventful. I mean, I'm starting stuff up, but you know, it's still very slow.
It's very it's a slow.
It
It's the
is
slowest start to a year I think I've
painful.
had in a while.
Yes.
But yeah, what about you guys? Anything up? What's happening?
College is pretty shit.
Yeah, I
Work
agree.
is pretty
I fucking
shit.
agree.
Everything is shit.
Legitimately. What about you, man? How you been?
My job isn't shit. It's going fine, but
Yeah.
my brain
My brain gone as shit.
Yeah, at least you got the
is
easiest one.
desecrating.
My.
Easiest job.
And in terms
Yeah.
of the world itself, the world is also
It also,
going to shit.
I mean, it always has been, but now like
It's really
damn.
bad.
It's really bad, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a great way to start. Boom, depressing. But yeah, 2020 has been awful.
It's gonna get better.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the summer, I
The
think, is
end of
definitely-
last year was good for me.
It was
Y'all
good.
didn't have a good year, but last
Oh,
year,
yeah,
but the end of last year was good for me. But
Yeah.
this year, starting this year, automatically, my brain just like,
boom, everything just went wrong.
nope.
So yeah, I think I'm just kind of waiting till summer. So I just have to
Summer,
put up,
yes.
have to put
Summer
up with
better
it.
be good.
Summer better pop off. Yeah, we don't
It
talk-
better not be too hot to the point where you can't even go
I
outside.
probably will. Global
Yes.
warming.
Fucking yeah.
But I can't wait for that shit. But I guess we can start off with the first topic.
Do men generally have trouble finding women
This was a
that
bad
care?
idea.
You think it was a bad idea? The joke? Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, do men generally have trouble finding women that care for them? And I want
Who
you
wanna
guys.
start?
Do you guys believe that, I guess from personal experience or from what you've seen, you think that's a problem?
The personal
right?
You go
experience.
first. Of course, let me go first.
I have a lot of experience.
Look, I just think that people generally don't look hard enough. That's all.
Yep.
Okay.
I just think, and it definitely depends on like, just what some people are going through currently. Like some people just feel like a lot of times I hear from 20s and up, they're not really looking for anything like too serious.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's kind of just like friends with benefits, or it's just like this or that. It does dabble with it and usually just keep moving.
Just
on.
for company.
Yeah, just company. We're social creatures, so I mean.
But do you think
Yeah.
that's communicated well to other person?
Oh,
Most of the time,
Eh,
no.
most
Not
of the time,
really.
not, because
No.
they're still young. 20
And
niggas.
even when it is, like, even when you tell someone what your intentions are, like, you catch feelings sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Like, it
happens.
happens.
So, yeah.
You guys have like a personal experience where you feel like someone,
Okay, honestly, right. Look, this sounds sad, but 8th grade, right?
Ooh, we listened. Ooh,
No,
oh my
I'm not going
god.
detail. I'm not
Oh
going
my
fucking
god.
detail. I'm just gonna say this. I didn't.
Can you keep
Afterwards,
sipping on that for me? Can you keep sipping
No,
on
I'm
that?
not, I know what it
Yo,
does.
I wish.
Fucking.
He's not gonna do it though.
Nah,
No.
man. But it was just that I understood kind of just later on why it ended. And it was just because, like, middle school niggas do not fucking care at all.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
I understand that. I get that.
I ain't gonna lie, you right about that
They
one.
don't.
Yeah.
It's the right now because they just heard about having this body count or this or that or just being in so they don't.
They're
really
just trying
care.
to be fast.
Yeah, just trying to be quick and fast.
Yeah,
They
I
don't-
see, no one lasts.
why
in
would
middle
they
school.
take it seriously if you
No,
think
yeah.
about
That
it?
makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah,
That,
it's
that
just-
definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not even mature at all.
Yeah.
So
It's
So-
just for company.
yeah, honestly,
Yeah, that was just 8th grade.
I mean, for
yeah.
personal
And-
experience, I literally.
Now every time I see a middle school couple, I'm just like,
Yeah,
what?
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Bro, 'cause
Now I
literally-
know how people
you know
feel
that shit
like
don't matter. I
it's
literally-
nasty. I'm sorry.
For 8th grade prom, I literally asked someone who had a boyfriend to prom. They said yes.
Oh,
I don't know
I
who
remember
shit
now.
was.
Oh
were the
my
girl, I'm
god,
telling you.
I know what he's
Middle
talking
school
about.
is the weirdest part of fucking life, bro. That shit is so.
It's
weird.
like you have no sympathy. You don't care about
They don't give a
anything.
fuck.
Your grades don't even fucking
Oh, yeah.
matter.
Word.
Honestly, your grades don't even matter.
I was supposed to.
I wasn't even supposed to graduate, bro.
That's what we,
Oh my God,
that's what
I
we ended up in our
graduated-
school. That's what we ended up in our
I
town.
graduated with like a 64.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Bro, wait, I think I had lower than that. No.
Oh,
cap.
no
cap.
way.
The only reason I
I
passed.
didn't. I wasn't doing it.
The only reason I graduated was because the principal liked me. Literally the only
Hey
reason.
man, that's
Yeah.
tight.
Nah, the principal in the start of when I first went there at 7th grade, he was so proud of me, bro. When the moment he was the one telling me that I was gonna get left back, I was like,
Oh shit! How the
Damn,
turntables.
man. Keeping that honesty.
Thing is, I was such a good student when I was younger, and then I think when I went
I was never. A good
it started I
student.
think in 5th grade, basically technically middle school. Elementary I was great. Middle school I just went to shit. It was bad.
yeah.
I never did anything good in my life.
Oh god.
Damn.
She drunk too much. This
Yeah.
is almost done.
This is juice.
Juice.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, what the?
Yeah, too
yeah,
much sugar. Too much sugar.
Yeah, man. With that sugar
Food
rush
coloring.
hits you and it's finally done, bro. I'm telling you.
Juice.
You're gonna
that
be bouncing
crash-
off the fucking wall.
No, but that
That's why I
crash
can't.
afterwards.
What do you mean it's juice?
I can't drink this shit. I'm gonna be bouncing
Can't drink
everywhere.
juice?
I'm already bouncy.
Yeah, you should shake your fucking leg. But have you guys ever seen somebody who dealt with that? Like say like not like in the old when people are more mature. Like have you
Yeah,
seen-
there was this one dude back in high school. His name was like
Back in high school.
8.
Don't say his name.
Yeah,
Come
man.
up with the
He
call
might
it
watch
Christmas
this.
tree. There's a Christmas tree behind you.
Oh,
that's why.
I'll call him by like his. other
Lord
name.
next to
Just
you.
call him Christian. Boom. There we go.
Boom.
We need to know who it is though.
Yeah, Juju the kid.
Stop.
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 Nah, I'm stop. All right,
Stop.
I don't got none. Anyone?
What?
What?
happened?
Say it. Okay.
Just say it.
Huh?
Just say it. Like don't say his name, but maybe you tell the story. We'll recognize.
Say
it.
the first letter
I
of his
don't
name.
fucking know.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to say him?
Yeah.
But who
Say his
is it
name.
though?
Oh,
But
God.
he doesn't want to do
Just
it
whisper,
in
whisper
case
to
he
us.
watches it.
No, I don't know.
You don't think he
I
will,
really
right?
don't even know.
Oh, you don't-
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
all right.
I don't know where
That's
that was
Well,
going.
okay.
I was joking saying you, but
How about you guys? You seen it like an example?
Well, I've seen it like the other way around. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that's
saying
fine,
a bit
man. You see it
earlier,
from
like
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
either
that's
or,
fine.
whatever.
I probably should.
most of the time, it's like you see that women have trouble finding guys that actually care about them,
Yeah, who just
and
don't
it's
wanna
not
fuck
just
them.
like.
I actually see it more on that side though, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them niggas-
But I understand why you feel that way. Like,
Yeah. I see.
But-
We've hinted at it already.
I mean,
I
it
see
goes
for
for both ways. I feel like
Yeah.
women are just more vocal about it.
Yeah. I feel like you see it more, like you'll
Like
see it
on
publicly
Twitter,
more.
yeah,
that's
like
probably
on
why
social
I'm on
media.
Twitter. You'll see that shit more. That's probably why.
Like girls getting cheated on and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I
Yeah.
don't really understand cheating.
Yeah, we
Like
talked
it
about
really
that
don't
last
make sense,
episode.
but
I saw that
I mean-
recent like
like it don't add up, and I'm not even good at
Yeah.
math. Like
I'm
on YouTube. I saw like the thing, this video where it was talking about it had all cheaters think the same. That was the thing. Or is it Jubilee? I think Jubilee is the ones who do that. And generally they would like, oh, do you agree to like, oh, if someone, oh, do you feel bad about it? And then most of them just like they went on to the agree side or like or
the people who don't
get
feel
this-
bad about it, they're just
They're
psychotic.
sociopaths.
Yeah, I can't get this
Fucking
Psychotic,
psychopaths,
or
man.
they go for people that they don't like to begin with, so they don't feel bad about it.
yeah, I was like,
yeah,
Maybe
man.
I'm
I've seen
surprised.
that. No,
What's the
that.
point?
Yeah, no. That's what
I've
I
seen
mean,
that
like,
before.
I feel like
Where that-
sometimes
That's
guys,
crazy,
again,
though.
like I was
Because-
saying before, they're just fast. They just want to like fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally
So
what
they
it is.
just
Guys,
fuck
what-
people they don't even like. So when
Just
they
have a
cheat on
bit-
them, they don't even fucking.
They don't
care.
feel
They
anything.
just want a
Yeah.
higher body count. I mean, I see that a lot.
And but that's
honestly.
like, why even brag about something like that?
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
make
don't
you
know,
any
their
cooler.
morals are just
That
fucked up,
shit-
I guess.
It doesn't
It
make
is
you any
kind of
cooler. It just
like-
makes you
It
a
An
is
shitty
asshole,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of pushed though. Like people do like. to
Yeah,
this
I
day,
feel like I definitely agree with.
especially
like,
for guys, because guys
And
like, oh,
it's
you
a
fuck
pressure,
that
like,
chick.
or you don't have it. You're a virgin, like
Yeah.
it's like
Because
an
if you're a
embarrassing
virgin,
thing.
they think different. It's still
Or
kind
like
of pushed.
women
But
don't
even-
want to be with you.
Yeah.
But that's such a useless statistic. Oh
It
yeah,
really
if you're, oh man, we're gonna treat you differently because you're a virgin. It's like, dude,
It is.
come
dumb.
on.
But I feel like it definitely has changed
It has.
from before.
It's still a bit better.
Yeah.
But still, women are still fucked over about it.
Yeah, and that's why you notice a shift where it's like a lot of men nowadays, like they changed like from being like all like that, I don't give a fuck, and more like caring about like a female more than they used to. That's why girls nowadays are just like, I don't trust you like that, due to like your history and shit like that.
I guess it's shifting a little bit. It's bad. It's like I feel like, I guess guys having the
happens.
trust issues now more than girls.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's
I
just
feel like they're
'Cause-
becoming more aware of it.
More
and,
aware, yeah.
Women too. I feel like. I mean, women have always played guys too, but
yeah.
feel
I
like it's
think it's
happening a lot now. They're taking over.
And it's not even like I blame them either.
Yeah, I don't blame it at all. I
Because
feel like
it started like that. Men fucking
men
goes
is the one
over.
that started it, and then now the women do it. But now those women that were like basically
Fucked over
broken,
before. And
Yeah,
now
that's
fucking
why-
over
to them,
people,
it's just kind of
yeah.
like a fucking cycle now.
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty.
But that's how it is, man.
That's
It's
why-
not like they don't have a reason either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I agree
It
with
depends.
like, you can't treat your current partner like you treated like, how do I say it? You shouldn't expect your current partner to treat you like
The same
your
as their
old
ex,
partner.
yeah.
Yeah, as your.
That's a
ex.
big problem these days. I know that from personal experience. So yeah. But Jeff, you said you got something?
Oh, I guess that actually goes into like the current topic I want to talk about, because this happened with I guess it's not too related, but it's just something that happens where it was what's his name, the guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean, and like
Oh, Johnny Depp with
yeah,
Amber Heard.
I saw that
With
shit.
With Amber
It's
Heard,
just
that
like-
shit was wild.
I
that-
haven't.
And that was gonna lead into my thing where it was like I was gonna say, why do people nowadays make their opinions facts? And that's to me that's what the problem. I'm
tough.
perfectly okay with you having your opinions,
Yeah.
but don't
Make it
have
fact.
it negatively affect someone else's life, man or woman. You know, like. Because that's what happens. A man lost his job, so he's no longer the pirate.
To give context, I know Jay doesn't know about it, but
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
it came out that Amber Heard, another actor,
Right.
she was physically and emotionally abusing
Oh.
Johnny Depp, and they,
But even
But-
still, we don't fully know. Of course, we're not there in the room, right? So we can't just
Right,
say
yeah.
it's
The
actually
only
vice
proof
versa.
They came
that
out
we
with
have
evidence, though.
was
the video recording.
the
Video.
video
Video
recording.
recording, which gives a lot
It gives
of
some
ground and
context.
backing for him, but it still
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that he might have done something.
Maybe,
still.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I
it's
mean-
just
Yeah, that's
I mean, like, no matter what he did,
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
feel
still-
like
that's
he
still-
didn't deserve to
it's
be
not okay.
emotionally and physically.
Yeah, yeah.
I
this
know,
girl was saying she
that was
throwing
in
pots
English.
and I only do pots and pans or something like that. I'm like, what the
Girl,
fuck?
She's
oh
psychotic,
my
bro.
God.
She's
That
like,
was some
I'm only
psychotic
120 pounds or something like that. He's like, what? Where is that? He
Does
sounded
that
like he was
change
still in
anything?
character
Right.
when he was talking. You said,
Yo, he does have, like, that
oh my
character.
God.
I'm like, what the fuck?
But that shit was tough to see. And the thing is, beforehand, people were just
Oh, he
blaming
got
Johnny
booed.
Depp. That was just on his
Immediately,
ass.
That's
didn't
what
even
I'm
ask
saying.
any question. They were
Yeah.
just jumping to it.
Amber
But
Heard was
when,
just like, yeah, that
but when it's
happened.
the other way around, like, you know, men always ask question like, "Oh, what did she do to deserve that?" I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't agree with
And
that.
that's okay, right? With opinions and facts and how they should be separate. Look, and another thing too, which was with by the way, rest in peace, Kobe. But this happened revolving around Kobe, where
Yeah.
they brought up the fucking case
Oh,
from,
yeah.
After-
17 years ago
when
after
he's
his
dead.
death, and I'm just
I
like,
feel like that was pointless.
So what the
Yeah,
fuck is gonna solve now?
man.
I feel like that was pointless because
But-
he can't defend himself. Number one, two, his family is grieving, so I don't.
Yeah, I
And
don't think
3, he's dead. If you truly didn't like what he did, what does it matter? He's dead now. Like you got your wish in
The
a way.
ultimate
But what's
punishment, I guess.
crazy is how these news reporters and this other news
It's
reporter,
ridiculous.
she got angry as shit, and she basically just roasted that other reporter who just gave one side of the story, basically not doing her job, which is giving both sides. That reporter, she got angry, which I was clapping at the end of her speech. That girl was
So you talking about
violating her.
you talking about the one where
She was like,
the girl that was talking to the WNBA player, and she was talking about how Kobe. I think her name was Gail King. or
Yeah,
something like
that Gail bitch. I mean, I mean, she's like, oh, but you guys didn't see the full context of the shit. I'm like, that doesn't matter. You still asked that question and provoked her to say something that you wanted to hear. So
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I think it's
Of course,
wrong about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And as a
But
fan,
even
no,
then,
no.
it's like,
But
why would-
it was after, not after that. I mean, fuck, I lost that now. But yeah, it's just generally overall, it's just how people just come out of the woodworks all of a sudden, just when something tragic happens, or you know, when they see traction and where they can get traction, so they could progress, you know, in their lives.
And get
News
attention.
reports, this and that, because it was big at that point. It was
It's
like,
honestly just for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To stand out, to
Yeah.
be, because everybody was mourning his death. Even people
Exactly.
that don't even watch
Like,
sports.
yeah.
Like,
It
and
was
then
big.
here they come out of nowhere trying to
That
do
is
something
right.
from the
Case
past.
again.
People
That's-
do that all the time.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
It's these news articles that just want to have their own personal gains, and that's what pisses me off is how they don't do their fucking job. Because it's like, get both sides, and if you actually figured out that, or if you took your time to research that case, it came to an agreement, and it was already
it was
settled.
already settled. Why
That
did they
bitch,
Yeah.
if that kept going, honestly, something would have been like, because
Something would have been
it
revealed.
was so weird. Because like it was like she got like 8 different nut in her, bro. Like it was like
Shit.
someone. It was already weird and stuff. So yeah, look, it was just some lady trying to get some.
So truthfully, we don't even know what happened.
Yeah, and it came to an agreement. It was
I
settled
think we
already.
should just drink it.
Yeah, he's on.
No one was found guilty. No one's like innocent. It just came to an agreement. They paid something out. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, fucker. I remember Snoop Dogg went off.
We were having a whole sub conversation.
So
Well, I'm
weird.
sorry. That was so rude.
Bad, bro.
Sorry.
What, you wanted it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't
Okay.
even know what happened actually.
But yeah,
I agree with you.
Sorry, I went off track. But go back to the questions. Oh, the thing.
No, I was just saying that it's kind of fucked up. Like, why would if you wanted to, I guess, talk about it? Why didn't you doing it when he was alive? You had many years to do this.
17.
If she wanted, she could have interviewed him
17
personally
years.
before. Cause she's the same girl that interviewed R. Kelly, so she could have definitely done
I
an
did,
interview
like,
with Kobe.
No matter
That
how much
interview.
Oh,
context
shit.
you
I
had,
didn't even know. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah.
no matter how much context
That
you
R.
had, it
Kelly
wasn't going to change the
interview.
results.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the R. Kelly interview when you got pissed. You just started standing up.
So dramatic.
You play me, yo.
That's how you know that nigga's fucking lying.
Word.
It's being
Sitting
so
there like-
dramatic for no
For no-
reason.
I love that. I love that.
See, that's when I
Yeah,
respected
she stood
her.
her ground, yo.
Yeah, that's when I respected her. Now. So,
Oh, that was the same woman?
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Sadly.
Why
I
did she
know.
do that one correctly, but not,
Um,
but
Right,
not this one?
is.
Hey, man.
You
it-
talked to someone who personally knew Kobe about that. Like,
And
why the
it-
fuck would you do that?
And that lady that was being, having an
I forgot
interview,
her name exactly.
she was, thank you, because she wasn't just, it was this, right? Of course, she technically has a bias, but she was like, how about this? Let's look at the facts. This and that. She was talking about how the case ended.
Yeah, this
And let's
is
leave it
where
at
it
that.
ended.
That's what she said. She's not saying, oh, no, I don't believe it. Or she did, but she was just saying, personally, for me, I don't believe it. But if it comes up, that's the case, and yeah. But it didn't.
But there's just more in his death. Like I said, he's fucking dead. Like, what
It's
else
just-
you
Yeah,
wanna
like,
bring up?
yeah, like, it's like,
I feel like.
Just want to ruin his legacy.
yeah,
right now.
I mean, it's like you got your wish,
I
right?
feel like honestly, even if he did commit that crime, I'm not saying I did. I absolutely know nothing about it, but I'm saying even if he did do anything wrong, enough time has passed that where he suffered in his own self, even though he wasn't sentenced or anything,
Yeah.
he suffered the consequences of if he did do something.
The
If he
biggest one,
didn't,
he said
then
the biggest consequence.
Word.
if he
Yeah,
didn't
that's
do
his daughter.
shit, then yeah.
There you go. That's it. Just let it be like that. Just let
Yeah,
it.
that's just
I
Let
said-
him rest in peace.
I said the same
bro.
thing about the ex situation, right? It's like, you know, those that said that, oh, he did beat his girl or whatever. It's just like,
And
okay, well, he
accusing
did,
him
but
of
he's
mad
dead.
shit without any real solid proof. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like you weren't there when it happened.
it's kind
So
of
it's
like y'all are just going against men. Like
Just stop.
No,
And it's
they
not
need
like-
to
it's
do it
just
on you.
when people's opinions become facts, and then they become this weird mob, that, of course, a cancel culture group, and then it's just like we believe that this guy is wrong, so let's do everything in our power to make
right.
sure this nigga lose whatever abilities or this or that, send him
Yeah.
to jail, and it's
Without
working.
knowing everything though.
What's
either.
that? And it's like, sadly, it's fucking working. How we're letting these people who
Yeah, I hate though. Cancel
Honestly-
culture works sometimes. It usually, when it actually makes sense to cancel a person, it usually doesn't work. But when they cancel someone who doesn't deserve it, it's for some reason it works. I've seen it many times.
It's just being
honestly,
unlucky,
it's only on
honestly.
the internet because
Yeah.
in the real world,
It's
nobody
different,
Really cares. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Honestly.
but yeah,
Like nobody's gonna come up to you and start arguing with you. Like they're not
Yeah.
gonna do that.
well, yeah, that was just my thing. Just let's kind of separate the two, opinions and facts. We all okay. It's
It is
great to
not
have
wrong. It's
opinions.
not wrong to have your own opinion.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
just don't treat them as fact if you haven't been in that situation or if you don't know anything about it.
Oh, you could trust me. If someone said I didn't like Kobe anyway, I'm like, damn, that's tough. But
But
that's
hey,
your
that's your
That's it,
opinion.
like-
What do
We
you
respect
argue
it.
about? Like,
But don't just start just like tarnishing his legacy because you
Yeah, just because you don't like them.
Oh wait, but I remember this article where he was like, "Oh, did he rape this girl?" You're just gonna twist the end result and then
Yeah.
be like, "Yo, Kobe, in this case, don't you guys remember? He's not that great. Look at him." And it's just like, okay, all right, now you're doing too much
Yeah.
because it's not even fact.
you're just twisting for your own
Exactly,
For your own,
for
yeah.
your own gain. That's all I'm saying. Facts and opinions, separate them. That's it. All right, let's move on.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that. So next we got here. I mean, I guess it's still in the same realm. Instead,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say women. I put do a lot of people like taking without giving anything back. So
Sure,
instead of
just a
putting women-
taking. Just put one take.
Make it dramatic. Come on now. But
Okay,
I
in that
guess,
sense, what you mean?
say like I can say to my experience.
Okay.
You just give like say it could be in a friendship, relationship, whatever. If you give
Friendship, relationship.
friendship, you know what I mean. In any kind of relationship, say you give, you give more than you receive in terms of obviously you shouldn't expect to receive something. If you're getting nothing, then like it's kind of a problem because it's kind of like they're leeching off of you. So
nothing in terms of like support to be clear.
In my case, it was like emotional.
Yeah.
Like leeching off emotionally. I guess
because
it's like
you gave them everything you could,
right.
and you were there for them, and when it was time for them to be there for you, it was like.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
But I feel like that genuinely just depends on the type of person.
Dealing
that
with?
Yeah. Like I feel like it just depends on them because some women don't do that usually. If they're emotionally invested in you, it's just maybe they just have a hard time trying to like believe that maybe this could work out because what they experienced. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what it is. They just need more out of you just to see that maybe you are the one, or maybe this could work out. But I feel like it works. It's the same thing with both parties, both females and men.
But regardless of gender, if you see that somebody isn't giving you the time of day and they're not putting as much effort into the relationship, just get up and go. Like, don't even give them a chance.
Yeah, it's not worth.
Your biggest mistake. Your biggest mistake will be giving them your time.
Yeah, because
giving them another chance. Yeah.
Yeah, because what I kept doing, I kept trying to prove myself to the person, and like for what?
Yeah, when you really didn't need to.
I really didn't do it at all, and then I kept proving myself. I'm like, maybe I'll give her some time, but as it kept going, just nothing was working. So I finally came to a realization.
Did you get to a point where you like super blunt? She still didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just being sure I'm communicating everything. Yeah. Just nothing would work.
And so nothing is like going into this woman's head.
It just goes in and goes right out the other ear. So
I don't even think it went in to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it just went whoop.
She's wearing diamond head armor. Bro.
I think it got to a point where like.
Where fucking
she had her own beliefs or whatever she was thinking. She just wanted. She
couldn't compromise. That's another thing.
She
wouldn't listen to you, and she wouldn't try to understand where you're coming from. It was like it's either I'm right or I'm right.
Yeah, I had to be right.
I mean, I'm that way too sometimes, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but the problem is like it's all the time. It's like nothing's going in. So like, what the fuck? So
if you don't even take like. The time to understand the other person.
Yeah.
Again, like.
What's the point?
Yeah.
That's why I really believe that actions are stronger than words, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe in, because this person would say a lot of shit, but nothing came out. Like, they wouldn't do anything. So, don't believe.
You just do the opposite, basically.
Yeah, don't believe the words. Believe the actions. That's when you start trusting.
Actions speak louder than words.
Actions.
That's where the quote came from.
That's the same. You guys have any experience with some shit like that? How about you, Daisy or Jay?
Huh?
Any experience where like you felt like you were doing too much for a person?
Yeah.
What?
No.
You guys have nothing?
Not really.
Nah?
No, I don't really bring myself around niggas like that.
Yeah. Alright, so I was one that's fucked up.
It's kind of just like.
If I do have, I can't think about it right now. Like
That's
my brain doesn't let me.
sorry.
It's in the past. Forget about it.
It's just running water, man. It's too good.
That's 2019 was an L. Another thing. Do you think it's manipulative when people say the thing where they say like, oh, I'm used to people leaving my, like, say you want to leave somebody or you want to like cut shit out, and then they're like
going through it. My man going through it.
I mean, hey man, I don't blame you, man.
He was on the bed just like.
He's on Twitter,
bro.
fucking
This is what happens. This is what happens when you go to a bum ass college, bro. I just be in my dorm, just chilling, thinking about topics.
Chilling, man.
And I'm the only one that came up with the topics. That's why. But yeah, do you think it's manipulative
right?
when someone says like, "Oh,
you
like,
can leave
leaving,
me.
You can
I'm
leave
used
me.
to
I'm
it.
used to it. Yeah."
Hella manipulative.
No, yeah, that goes into a bigger problem, right? Which is just the manipulation. It's just these people like to control, and it's just like I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe you got more experience.
It's like guilt
do you have anything in your brain meat that could give an example?
I need to stop.
me with everything possible. I need to stop.
Yeah, this is getting bad.
Cody.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they put something in this body.
This shit is
bugging.
wild.
Okay, so let's see. I was with someone at one point where all they would do, like, if I threatened to leave, they would threaten to kill themselves.
Oh,
So-
man.
And I
I went
I've
through
seen it before.
trauma.
I've seen it.
Okay, so they would do that, or they would be like, "Oh yeah, you can leave. Like, I don't care," and it would make me feel like, so should I leave or
It's
should
like,
I?
Right? Yeah, like
Especially
it makes you start
because-
questioning, and then you
especially
feel guilt
because
trip.
I was really young, so I didn't have any prior experience, and nobody really. I feel like that's another thing. Nobody really tells you how to react to
Certain
something
shit like that, yeah.
something toxic. Somebody like that.
Yeah.
It's hard
I
to.
also heard with the cheaters in that YouTube video, he said that he just never really saw any good relationships around him growing up. So that's another.
That's
thing.
another
bad
thing.
influence,
I
bad
feel
influence.
like
Some people say that like this girl, she said that her brother would cheat, her dad
God.
would cheat, her.
Damn, that whole family just full of cheaters.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was saying like.
I didn't understand that, but I understood
A lot
it.
of-
Started laughing. Like, yeah, our family cheated.
Yeah, her mom cheated on her
Your
dog.
brother?
I was like, yo, what the
dog?
fuck? Yeah, her dog.
So basically, all they would see was that.
Cheaters.
Yeah, that's all she was
Like,
saying.
oh, this is how relationships work. That's what I think. And no one ever tells them when they grow up, like,
Yeah.
oh, this is how actual.
I mean, it's just I guess where you.
But the thing is, like, where are you supposed to learn that? At school, at home?
Don't.
Like,
You
who's supposed,
don't.
who's supposed to teach you that? I feel like there definitely should be, and I didn't get like, any real knowledge of that until I
Yeah,
got
me
to
too.
high school.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even it was when I switched schools, and it wasn't even a class. It was like this one day there was like sex health fair or whatever, and in our school, and they gave us a paper like, oh, the signs of manipulation of a toxic relationship. I feel like that should definitely like
That should be a required.
that should be a
class,
required class in school,
honestly.
because to be honest, at home it's like you can't force somebody to teach their kid like those things. So
And our parents probably know way less about that too.
I feel like
Oh yeah, it's definitely generational. Like,
Yeah.
bro, we're a group of 18. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about this stuff. When did you ever think anyone before us was talking like this?
Hell no, no
Nah.
one talk about shit like this.
they didn't give a
Uh-uh.
fuck.
Taboo.
Nah.
Yeah.
So-
They weren't in. Well, that's a lie. They were already married with kids. They were.
Yeah.
That was it. Manipulation. What the fuck is that?
I think the thing
That's
is-
marriage.
That's it.
Yo, that's dope.
But I
It was
think,
like yeah.
like back in the day, they kind of just taught you to like deal with it. Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
go
like
through it.
Just go through it.
with
Yeah.
women
Fuck
like
what you feeling.
yeah.
Pretty much, honestly, especially since women mostly had to have dealt with that.
And
problem.
men, they were taught to be toxic. That's
Yeah.
another thing
Damn.
that they were taught. That's
That's
implemented
fucked up.
into your head.
That's why sometimes we still see that these days, cause like especially with
But
Until you erase that when you're older, it takes a while.
yeah.
And that's why I feel sympathetic sometimes because of how like that.
With like X, that's why I felt like okay, he's young. I think he should have seen like how people are reacting to
Right,
it. I
yeah.
felt like that was okay, so he understands like that was wrong, and
Mm-hmm.
so everybody else around him that sees like is thinking like the way that he did. I guess
Right.
like you see that that's wrong. Like this is wrong. Shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do that, right?
Like that's not acceptable.
And I feel like he knew that. I hope.
And
he
I
did.
mean, he was growing up. He was young.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you see a lot of times where these mothers with their boys, they kind of like allow that shit to happen. I see it all the time.
It's like, oh, it's just boys.
Especially with boys. Like, say a mom with a daughter would be way different, but with a boy, they are like, for some reason, I don't know why, they have like a bias for boys, and they allow them to do anything, pretty much. They allow that toxic shit.
So that shouldn't
Will
be
you
the
say-
case
you mean,
though.
like, with moms and their sons?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's bad.
even with my grandma, she would treat
What your
my
grandma
sister
do? Oh,
like she would treat me better than my sister.
Yeah,
No
that's
way.
like this shit that.
damn.
She would kind of just
Wow.
like, okay, for example, it would be like she would take. Well, she's St. Kitts, Caribbean. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, the Caribbean.
So she would take my sister to church, but she would tell me to just stay home and like watch TV or this or
Yeah,
that.
you see, like,
Like, live your life.
Yeah.
I'm
Live
gonna
your life,
traumatize this one.
Yeah. She would, and my mom always pointed that out. She was just like, yeah, your grandma never treats her like that.
they don't get treated the same. It's like the same, like, oh, boys will be boys, so like whatever, let them do whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
Yeah.
like That's
That
what they
should
do.
be.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do
What
about
are you gonna
it?
do about it? You know, you
I
can't
mean,
blame them.
change it obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a suggestion.
I feel
It's
Word,
like,
right?
don't take it from
I
me.
feel like
like,
definitely with our generation, it's gonna start changing way more.
I hope so.
I feel
We're
like
definitely
it,
more
it
aware.
might, but
might,
for some
right.
people,
Just find a balance. Don't be
Yeah.
pussies, but also don't be like stuck up little bitches too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like because women also see that, they feel like that's what's correct, and they pass that on with
Yeah.
their kids.
Yeah. A lot of times.
And it's like, girl, you don't see that that's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
like you could change it. Like, you don't have to do what your family did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's just fucked up. It's kind of like they're like, oh, this is correct. This is how it should be. So let me just pass that through.
Yeah. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, like even some women, in terms of like even like dealing with women's problems, they also.
It's not like I don't understand, but it's just I just don't believe in that, in my opinion.
Wait,
It's not like I don't get it.
Sorry,
No.
what thing?
I
kind of zoned out.
What do you believe in?
No, that like I can understand why they would tell like their kids or whatever, or their I guess a girl in this case like
Treat them different.
right, yeah. I don't really agree with that in a sense. Like I feel like it should still be a respectable type of like barrier. It needs to be kept from both a man and a woman. I don't think
Wait,
that
what do you mean? Explain that.
Yeah.
like you know how with at least like what I've realized where it's like guys like would treat a girl like just like whatever like
Garbage, basically.
yeah, basically garbage, and it's just like that's not something that should be like taught. I feel like
or
it should be
endorsed, because I feel
endorsed,
like
right.
it's not really taught, but it's more like they let it be.
Right,
Like,
yeah, like they
parents or adults will see it and they're just like,
Whatever.
yeah,
not my
whatever.
problem.
Yeah, literally. She was just
Yeah,
leaving home.
that's-
She never tried to be strict with me. She always like was kind of, just like, I love you, and then
That's it.
Yeah, nah,
Like,
that's
go torture your sister.
yeah,
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it just. Oh, what was I gonna say to that? Wait, yeah, sorry, continue. I'm gonna come out with something.
Okay.
Oh fuck! What was I?
What's
saying
the
before?
original topic? Sorry.
Right, yeah,
We always go
We
like
re-
a
we always
mile
do that.
far from the
Honestly,
topic.
what-
Vitamin water is hitting different.
It's hitting different.
I felt
It
the fuck
really
I was
is.
saying. I ain't
It
gonna lie.
really is.
I remember I was saying
Horrible
something.
idea.
Oh, it's a manipulation. Yeah, and then we went completely a different
Where
route.
we went.
So-
Yes, that is manipulative because it's guilt tripping,
Yes.
Yeah, guilt trip.
and that's our,
Guilt trip.
you start questioning yourself like, should I actually?
Yeah, it's just a bigger issue.
So I think it's your fault. I don't know. It's really stupid.
Yeah, it's complicated.
And something that I don't like seeing is when people start blaming victims of manipulation. It's like, oh, why don't you just leave? Like, you can just get up and leave. Sometimes you can't. Like,
Yeah, you literally-
God, the music stopped.
Yeah.
you. Sometimes people threaten you, or you've been with somebody for so long, you don't know how to go on.
Yeah,
Right.
without them, pretty much. I mean,
Because again, nobody
It takes
really
time.
teaches you
How
how
to
to deal with it and what to do after.
yeah,
Or like when you start seeing the red flags, like how do you know that these are red flags? Like
Mm-hmm.
how do you
You
get
gotta
up and
talk
leave?
No,
People
so I
don't
see
really
a
talk
lot.
about it.
I see it mostly like in relationships that like longer relationships. I see that mostly where they know obviously it's not good for them, but like they don't know what else to do. They don't know what to do after. Like they kind of like revolve around their life around them, so they don't know what the fuck to do after. Like they feel lost after.
I felt like that at one point, but then like I don't know how to explain it. I'm not gonna talk about it. Never
For
mind.
me, I still kind of have. I dealt with that at first. The reason I would stay with this person was because like they gave me a lot of attention. Like I
Right.
and to this day I'm like, yeah, that attention. Like I like the attention,
Yeah.
but realistically that the person
wasn't
was just
good.
bad.
Yeah,
It was bad
personally,
for me.
right.
Yeah, I feel like that's a reason why a lot of people stay in these relationships. Like they like that attention. That's just nice, but realistically that's just terrible for them. And yeah, pretty much that's how it is. That's why people stay. That's why I see it mostly. So it's tough out
Depends on you, man.
here. Yeah,
See where your limits are.
but not all attention is good attention, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, we're back in this bitch.
We're back.
what's up?
Take the phone away. Okay.
So,
But yeah, what I was bringing up was, I guess, is complimenting other people when you're in a relationship like weird or like taboo? I guess.
Or should it be weird?
Should it
Yeah.
be weird? So, an example is like, say you find a celebrity attractive and you say something about it, Or, okay, we can start off with that one. That one doesn't sound too bad, but say like someone you see in the street and be like, you think they're good looking. Like, is that weird?
A famous person?
They could be famous or not. A famous, I feel like, is fine.
I feel
Right,
like
yeah.
it's
honestly.
ridiculous for you to get jealous over your partner. I mean, it's different if they're like, that's all they talk about.
Yeah.
Right,
And
exactly.
they're like,
Little
she's
sus.
so hot, like, I wish you looked like that. That's different.
yeah.
That's different.
Isn't that what-
That's bad.
Oh, fuck. I was about to say the name.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You about to say someone's name?
No, I was going to say,
Isn't
you know
that what
whose
happened?
name? Remember?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? She was like, he said
He was
some like...
comparing her to, like, porn stars.
Oh,
and-
God.
Yeah, there you go.
That is
She
bad.
remembers.
That is
Yeah,
bad.
that's bad.
That's bad.
Don't do that.
Don't ever compare
Please
girls
don't.
to someone like, oh, no.
Don't do that.
How you compare someone to porn? Like to porn stars?
Like, that's not
Who
even
thinks
real. It's an act.
Exactly.
Like,
Ooh, that hurts my soul. But anyways.
That's what I thought. My bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But if it's just like, let's say, because this
Celebrity
did
crush?
happen to me before, because I was dating someone that was really insecure about themselves. Like, I wasn't allowed to like K-pop members because exactly I wasn't allowed to like. Exactly. They're gay anyway. No, I'm kidding.
you know how it matters?
I wasn't allowed to like K-pop members. Like, if I would post them on my Instagram, they would get upset. They would get mad. Like, why are you posting them? Like, oh, you wish that you were dating someone that's Korean. It's like, no.
Nah, man.
I just think that they're attractive.
Man, it went express. for him.
Word.
That shit-
It just went the
He
whole
missed
other
stop,
way.
Bro.
My
Like,
God.
golly, he's
It was
going
like-
to 180.
Jesus Christ.
But he would post, but he would
It
always
went a
have
whole
like
nother-
pictures of other girls, and it's like,
Alright, so what the fuck is this bullshit?
exactly, and it really don't make no sense. But yeah, I think that's bad. Like, if you're that insecure to the point where you don't let your significant other like celebrities, yeah, you should.
You got a problem.
You gotta work
Should
on
relax with
yourself.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with that as well.
Damn.
The thing is, we weren't even dating, but I
That's the worst. Like, when you're not even dating, but
Yeah.
like
But it felt so much like a
there's strings
date, though.
attached. Yeah.
There's-
It felt like our girlfriend and boyfriend, even though...
honestly. But I posted a picture of one of my favorite artists, Alessia Cara,
Oh,
and they felt weird about it, even though.
If you can't admit that another
Oh my
woman is
God.
beautiful, you gotta like, you gotta
For one,
fix
we're not even
yourself.
dating technically. And then
Exactly.
Two, like chillax, bro.
It's a
Yeah,
celebrity.
she
It's
was
not like
still
you're
with
gonna...
her ex. Like, I don't
Come
know.
on, bro.
She was still talking to her ex too. Like,
And she did you dirty that day anyways. When you went.
me angry.
It's not like she has any reason not to be.
the same anger that I
She
had,
told
bro.
she told you.
Cause I've been playing like that. Like,
Yeah. So they didn't have
She
personal
has
experiences, and when I
experience.
told her about all this shit, she.
She wasn't surprised.
I mean,
She
first
wanted
of all,
to
I
fight.
told you everything was.
Yeah.
I told you everything was gonna
Alright,
happen, and it
let's
happened.
move on
but-
now. Alright.
Well, you got Kung Pao.
What?
Dog,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You didn't expect that?
What the?
Isn't
Okay,
that
why
the
the
same
fuck are you
CD?
looking at
This nigga got all the classic. No, it's not. You're racist.
It's the same.
I think it's literally the same
It's
fucking
the-
movie.
Word,
last
right.
time.
You racist.
Okay, what did you bring up last time?
The other one was
Come
Exactly.
Pao Kung.
Oh my
How
God!
come?
Wow, what
Yeah,
a
look at
big
my
Damn.
face
difference.
right now.
That's a game changing. Game
How?
changing.
But yeah,
I
if
got
it's,
you
I
right
guess
now.
it's kind of different
No.
when.
It's
No.
Kung Fu Hustle. That's
Hustle.
what it was, you bitches.
You beat
Uh,
cheese.
Alright, I didn't say anything. Alright.
I guess it's kind of different when it's someone that you know. Let's say like you, not you specific. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say someone has their girl best friend, right? And I don't know why I'm doing this, but like y'all are third graders. So this person has their girl best friend, and then they're always all over. Like, well, not. Let's just say that
Okay,
they
that's
call the other person attractive.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
And like, I was gonna say, how would you feel as if you're a girl?
Yeah, how would you feel, man?
How would you feel?
It's really.
I mean, you can
Man,
reverse the
word,
roles.
Yeah, I guess.
You can reverse the roles. Like,
Okay,
If you could.
if you call your
if you're
friend
female,
attract-
if you, like
Yeah,
your
I think
your
the
significant
wording is-
other has a male best friend, and you know that she finds her male best friend attractive, how would you feel?
that's fine, unless they're always saying that. It's kind of weird. Like, say if they're always saying like, "Oh wow," like
Like,
fucking
blah 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 is so attractive,
Yeah.
and like they're all over them. I guess that's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a little sus.
That's a no.
Yeah.
like that. That's a little weird. Like, I don't have to see how you act around them. You act like really like touchy like all the time. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do
Yeah,
that.
Right,
I don't
yeah,
know how to deal with that.
I don't know how you did it, but
Yeah, I don't know how I
I
survived
think
that.
in,
I wanted to kill
like
myself.
literally,
would
that's
you
where I would
say
cut
in
it
a
off.
relationship though, you guys have your boundaries, or you usually want to set those boundaries and like things.
I
y'all
definitely
are
feel
cool
like
with?
it depends on relationship because some
Yes.
people they would not be okay with you hanging out with other girls, right? Let's
Yeah.
say that. But for
But
some
then another
people,
one,
like
yeah.
for other relationships, it's like do whatever. Like I trust you.
Exactly.
It
yeah.
depends. It depends on how comfortable you are with each other.
Do you think time as well? Like if you spend time with this person, like, because that's the only way you were able to like
Build
develop trust,
trust,
right?
yeah.
Because of the time you spent with them. Let's say if it was like maybe like a couple months, would you be able to trust that guy? Or if he's around someone that's like maybe
I would
you're
have
fine.
to see. Like
Yeah.
I would want to be there. Like when you're
Exactly,
hanging
right,
out
yeah.
with the
I
other
want to be
person.
in the bushes.
I need to see,
I'm going
you're right.
to stalk you. I have to see how you act around her
She
when
wearing
I'm
a
not there. And I'm
mustache.
kidding.
I don't-
But
I
it's
don't-
like
all that.
I don't know if I'd be able to because I don't know if I could. I don't know you. Technically, I don't know you that well enough to be like.
Right.
okay,
I think
yeah.
it's fun. Obviously, if you already had your friends before, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you can't hang out with them because they're a guy.
But if it's a new friend, I feel like that makes it a
that
bit
makes
different.
it fine.
Right.
That makes it fine to be a little suspicious. They're like a new.
You would want to meet them, like
Yeah.
Exactly.
if
Just to see their
if the
intentions.
person I'm with is making new friends, like depending on if they talk about them a lot and they're always hanging out with them, I would want to meet them. Like,
Yeah. So
okay,
I can
let's
make
see
sure,
this
like,
person.
oh, this
like,
is-
I trust you, but do I trust the other person?
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know.
But I don't know if people making friends like that like all the time. So.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
guess
just
if
have
they
to-
are, then
Yeah.
That's 'cause-
there's a little sauce.
You
Just
just,
a little
you
bit.
just have to hope that guy doesn't take it to the next level.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that, honestly.
But why would you though? That's the thing. I don't get
It's a complicated thing.
That's the
It's like
part
if you love the person, why would you want to? I don't get it.
I mean, sometimes you just meet people because of your environment. Let's say you
Well,
change
yeah.
jobs a lot. You're
Well, yeah.
meeting different people. So that's my biggest fear. Like you just randomly find a new person, you leave, bye.
Yeah.
That's my biggest
Wouldn't that need,
fear.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't they need time? But I don't know. The way it is now, it's very different. All it takes is just a week or maybe even a couple days, and then that's it. And that goes for
And they're
both
over you,
genders.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't laugh.
More
Yeah,
so for
yeah.
men than
Oh
I would
wait,
say
I
for
have a
women.
better topic.
That's more like lust instead of like actually loving.
I
the
have a
person.
better topic. Okay,
Yeah.
would you
Okay.
forgive a cheater?
Ooh.
Oh, that was one of the
Oh,
questions.
man.
That was.
That was one of the
That's
questions.
No,
of the
it,
thing.
oh, it was.
Yeah, it was
That's
one
a
of-
very
it was one of
tough
the questions
question.
They asked, like, do I?
Oh, I thought in our old video, I was about to
Oh,
say, we
Oh, no,
talked
no,
about that.
no.
That's
Okay.
tough.
Would you forget a cheater? All right, who wants to go first?
Shit.
You.
Okay.
I'm
Before we
thinking
go
about
into that,
it.
before we go
That's
into
what
that,
I'm thinking
Okay,
about.
commercial break. We're sponsored by.
Before you go into that, do you
By
think,
we'll go.
would you be
Okay.
okay? Say this. Say it was like a toxic relationship, right? People, it was just bad, right? And they're planning on already breaking up with the person.
Right.
So say they technically cheat like a day before, or like 2 days before, some shit like that, before they break up with it. Do you think that still counts as cheating? Why are you making that face?
Because it is cheating.
Yeah. I didn't want to admit it, but
Yeah.
it's like, damn. I mean, how else can you really view that?
Yeah, 'cause I still see it as cheating. I'm like, just might as well just.
Just
break up with
Oh
them.
wait, I
This
have
is-
a better question. Okay. Wait, say what you were gonna say.
No, I was gonna say just cut it off then if you're gonna like fall for the other
Yeah,
person.
Yeah.
Just,
But what were you gonna say?
Like, okay, do you see a problem with somebody moving on too quickly? Because some people feel betrayed by it and they call it like cheating. Like, oh,
they're already planning on. Before
they're like, yeah, it's hurtful, but I don't think that they're necessarily in the wrong
if they
for
move on-
moving on so quickly. Like,
if they move on
obviously
backwards-
that's gonna hurt you
Yeah,
if
honestly.
you break up with
Yeah.
someone and
They're
within
already
the
with somebody else.
within the next month they're with somebody else. It's like, yeah, that fucking sucks, but you can't really
Dude, you can't do anything about that.
shit on them for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can see that mostly with people. That means they might have been over you already for a
Right.
while.
Yeah. They
yeah,
must have thought about
they're
it.
a piece of shit, but like,
Yeah.
could you even really?
What about you? What do you think?
What do you think about that?
Like someone moving on too quickly.
Yeah.
Moving on too quickly.
Do you think the relationship was like
I definitely agree with like when you were saying how
I just realized I'm
it's not that bad.
I'm
Huh?
saying nothing.
Continue.
What was I gonna say now? God. damn.
Sorry.
Shit. I really forgot.
Damn, Daisy just.
Well, I
Set it all
said
up. Nah, I'm playing
I
with
said
you.
I realized I do that. I just call myself out.
What?
Like, do you?
Moving on too quickly.
Oh, okay.
But how do you feel? Like, were you already over that person? That's why you were kind of
No,
moved on that quick?
I moved on because I wasn't over them.
Right.
You-
Wait.
you good?
Did it end well? Or did that, like, did it end up like?
No, I ended up
forgot.
just making my life worse.
Oh, okay.
Well,
There we go. I
there
mean, you
you
got personal
go.
experience right there.
Boom.
It is kind of dangerous, I guess, to move on really quickly. Cause I feel, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cause you technically still have feelings for that person.
But
You
it's
know,
just that other person's treating you differently.
Yeah, you
Probably
I feel
better.
like you need time to heal.
Yeah, I was gonna
Definitely
say
give
that.
But I don't know.
yourself time to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I
say.
feel
It's
like
like time to yourself.
Some people turn to other people when, like, let's say they get out of a relationship. They turn to other people for comfort.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the reasons why I warned you.
That's
and
why
told you,
that's
and
probably,
I knew it because
Yeah.
I do that shit.
Bro,
That's what-
literally
And I
everything
knew
she
it.
told you literally came into existence,
Yeah,
bro.
I made that mistake.
That
That's
was
probably
crazy,
where I
man.
fucked
That's
up-
some foresight
where I
shit.
fucked up in that whole situation.
Not even.
was
I
I was
just
so
knew.
stupid to feel like, oh yeah, this person.
She made it so obvious.
This person, like, you felt like, oh, this person is definitely
Yeah.
into me, and they're definitely gonna try to move past their hurt for you. And I told you
Yeah.
that that's not gonna happen.
Especially no. Especially
Because-
they were
It's very rare when it does.
Because I have been in that place, and I know that it is very difficult for you to move on past the hurt that you went
Yeah.
through
Right.
and start, like, forgetting about what that person did to you and start moving on to somebody else
Yeah.
and, like, loving them. That's difficult.
Yeah, you need time to heal. That's where I fucked up a little
Right,
bit.
yeah.
It's because I kept believing that what she was telling me is truthful. So I was just very gullible.
Instead of
I guess.
believing your own friends,
Yeah.
like,
But now I do, you know.
It's
That's why 2020 about being a
I
movie.
think you hurt me more.
damn. I don't know. I would like say plead ignorance because maybe he thought he was doing something different. Maybe he thought he was doing it the
But
right
that's
way.
the first time that you
Yeah,
experienced
that's
that.
that's what I was gonna say.
so
It's his first time.
That's why I
it's a
wasn't smart
freebie.
enough.
You broke your own heart.
That's why I
Whatever, we
wasn't smart
passed
enough.
it.
Yeah, why you
guys make it sound like that?
Cause from I honestly I saw that this was bad, like especially around where shit really went down. I was actually planning on cutting the person off, but which actually connects to our other topic beforehand that we talked about. They gave me the excuse of like, oh, everyone leaves.
So you can leave. So they kind of guilt tripped you
Kind
into
of killed me
staying.
into staying. And
That
it
was
kinda-
not English. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it kind of guilt tripped me into staying. I'm like, fuck, maybe I should just.
Give it input. Anything.
So I did have a little bit of fault with it, but you know.
It's so lost.
I'm so confused.
That was
What happened?
None of this is in English. We need subtitles.
How? I heard perfect.
That was it. That was
I heard perfect English.
Enter the feast.
No way.
Okay,
Wait.
but anyways,
You
I was saying it was definitely I definitely did make my mistakes, but you know in the end, you know,
You learn.
I learned. You know what happens. Shit went down. Regret it, but still.
You
fuck,
live and you learn.
You
And
live
you
and
do
you
the
learn,
same
bro.
shit again.
I'm not doing that shit again, bro. I'm not.
Yo, you better not.
Mm-mm.
If you
If
do it
y'all see-
again,
if
if
y'all
you do
see
it again,
me-
I'm sending you a
y'all see
clip.
me-
Yes.
No.
Y'all see me?
Y'all see me? Just like shoot me or something. I don't know.
See him like some person who was similar to that one person. He's just like, take the shot. That nigga just flies back.
Nah.
They
Honestly,
didn't see none of that shit.
it's
bro.
about to get
Nope.
it's about to
Y'all
get a little
never see
deep right
it.
here, but I'm gonna give y'all a message, bro. I
Message,
would
bro.
I would
Memro.
Dead ass, bro. Nah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy,
Oh,
bro.
no.
Having a broken heart is one of the worst things you can have. Honestly, that shit feels like ass piss, bro.
I think breaking a bone is worse. Let me shut the fuck
Bro,
up.
that is ass pissed though.
Ass piss.
Ass
Bro,
piss
I'm
is
taking it
hurt.
a whole other level. Level.
But yeah, having a broken heart sucks ass. I wouldn't wish
Drink
on
with some
any of
ass
y'all.
piss.
Cause
There
like,
you go.
You don't think straight, and you start going insane.
Man, I'm not thinking straight.
That's
Yeah,
what happened to me.
Different reasons.
I started going insane.
Yeah, like this summer. That's why this summer was so bad. I was literally losing my mind. So, yeah. But now I'm good. It's 2020 about to be a movie, you know. I mean, as a
A
starting point,
movie.
It's
It's
about
a
to be
slow
a
start.
low budget movie.
Low budget word.
you know. Go fuck it.
Not enough props. It's just all just organic.
Actors were ass, but
It's
it's
a hard
fine.
one right now.
We have to pay them a little bit extra.
Attack of the Beavers.
But yeah, enough about relationships, like
Sci-fi movie.
boyfriend, girlfriend, what the fuck. Fuck that shit. Now let's
Friendship?
talk about just friendship.
Okay.
Best thing around, I guess. Oh, I have.
That one starts shy.
That one.
Best thing around.
Oh god.
Friendships.
So one of the topics is.
What you about Shrek? Stop.
Okay. He's looking at my whole
Hey,
movie
yo.
case, bro. What the fuck? But I want to talk about French. Like, how is it?
Wait, hold up. We struggle finding movies on Netflix when you have the whole like
Oh,
movie
I do have a
theater.
DVD tape.
Tape.
This nigga's he got classics.
Literally,
Oh
he has like
my
a whole
God.
library.
And we
bro.
use Netflix to watch movies, bro.
Bro, just rate his
We
house,
were-
man. He
oh
has it right
God.
there.
He got hip hop abs. What?
All right.
Okay, yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yo,
that's
hips, buns, and thighs.
Damn, bro, your mom was trying to work out,
bro,
bro.
You can't
Yeah.
even see it.
We're sponsored
Oh,
by
yeah.
Hip Hop Apps.
We're sponsored by what is
It's
it
the
called?
contour
Beach
I'll be
Body.
using.
We better get sued. Stop it.
Yes.
Good word.
Copyright strike in our
damn,
shit.
Word.
Get the whole Friends collection over there in the corner. Burn it.
But yes, sorry. Let's go on to the
Sorry,
next
yeah,
question.
man.
If I was rudely interrupted, right?
Yo, my bad, bro.
So, Basic McCree. What did I say on the thing?
You loser.
Sorry,
Give me your lunch money.
I forgot how to speak English.
English.
So basically, what I wrote down was, have you ever had a friend you were close to and circumstances just changed your lives to where y'all kind of stopped talking as much or at all? And is reconnection weird for you guys? That's what I put. So, any of you guys want to start off?
They want to start first?
I mean, like, is
See, I feel
reconnection
like-
hard for you guys? Like, reconciling and reconnecting
Reconnecting
with an old
with
friend.
friends. Wait, whatever.
I'm so antisocial.
That you have never even been
Hey,
through.
shout out to Roddy Rich.
Word, man. You,
Okay.
Yes,
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is, but I didn't want
whatever
you
he
to.
said.
Alright, but yeah,
I didn't
I'm
listen
so
to it.
antisocial, and I know it's
As you're sitting here talking.
no, right?
Antisocial.
This is exactly the reason, right? Is this because it's like if you guys actually take the time to stay in contact with me,
But it's hard for you to do, like,
I don't
The
know
other
what's
way
wrong.
I'm kinda like the same
I-
way.
I don't do it.
No, I do the same thing.
yeah.
I don't mean to. It's not like I don't want friends. It's just like, damn, bro.
That's a lot of work.
No, it's really
Oh,
like,
that's for me.
it's like, I don't know. I feel like
You
it's
don't really
cringy
think
to
about
me
it.
for me to like, I don't know. It's probably an issue like,
Mentally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're all hurt over here. I don't know. For me, personally, it's hard for me to reconnect with friends because I just feel like they don't want to.
That's
I think
what
that's
I'm
the
saying. I'm like, I feel like
What if
if
they
I
don't want
randomly
to?
text Daisy, she's like, what the fuck, this nigga wants?
First of all, at work. But second of all,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because I personally experienced that where I talk like I hit someone up and they just seem like they don't want to talk.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
So
saying.
that's how it starts to
But,
refrain
like,
me from doing it
yeah.
more.
But this example,
that's
right?
why I don't text people.
You remember the dude? He was in a higher grade than me. He was in the class. He would always just randomly show up. I would dap him up, this and that. And we'd go by.
And you would play 2K together?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know him, right?
yeah.
Oh.
I already know Chief Keef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chief. I should have said that.
Yeah.
He got. It was
The real
random,
person.
But when I got to junior year, and I was kind of like, he was, doing his thing. He had his girl and this and that. And then he randomly went up to me and was just like, bro, why don't you talk to me as much anymore? I was just like,
Yo, I would have started crying. I would have been like, you
I
like
was like, nah, B. It's just like, Kai. For me, it's
And
like
you're
I
like,
don't want to bother people.
And
that's
you
the
just
part I get to.
explode.
I just like if he's doing his thing.
I
he
just,
looks-
I just imagine you and be like, yo, bro, why didn't you talk to me no more? And you're just like,
God damn.
shit, I'm late for class.
I gotta go, bro.
Nah, I told him that. I told him exactly that. I was just like, nah, I just didn't want to really bother
I'm just
you.
not like that.
Yeah.
I feel that too.
I just don't wanna
Damn.
Have I ever had that before? Were they like? I don't know if I've.
Did he stop talking?
Wait, you mean like where they just stop talking?
I mean, I still have him on PlayStation.
But like, like when they stop talking, but it's like you're trying to reconnect that friendship again. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you stop talking. For
Well,
me,
You try to reconnect.
if I think
me.
it's probably mostly my fault.
I don't know.
I just don't want
I
to
feel
bother.
like-
It's kind of the same situation. Like they seem
It's
like they're
me.
doing good. Like, I don't
It's
wanna
me
bother
being
them.
antisocial. It's not
Yeah.
them, bro. It's me.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
exactly
I don't know.
what it is.
I'm different in that sense. It's just I feel like, maybe we should. If it's someone that I have a problem with, right? Or like let's just say we just stop talking, right? I feel like it's still. I feel like a conversation where we were able to figure out, right, what's the issues, if there's any, right? I still feel like a conversation should be brought up just to be like, hey, look, man, whatever I said or whatever I did, that made you maybe separate or think differently or whatever.
Oh, so this is
Right,
like this is like in terms of people like say for some
If
reason
they-
like, randomly they seem like they kind of like cut
Right,
you
because
off,
they don't understand you.
but they kind of
right?
like just stop talking to you.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Okay, okay.
And that's it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just the age difference or age thing. I just feel like if there's an issue, maybe we should just squash it, and maybe that can improve the friendship later on as time goes on. That's just me.
That's not like that. It's like the topic of
Reconnection. Oh wait, I thought that's where we were on.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, I said about that too.
Oh,
Okay,
my
that's like
bad.
when you reconcile with a friend. Yeah. You
I answered the
I
question
guess
for
it's
the
kind of
next
like
one.
it's
my
kind of like
bad.
wanting closure, I guess.
Yeah,
Know
just
what the
being
fuck
able to
happened.
feel, being able to realize
I
what
kind of
happened.
did that though with Manny. I mean, like we.
Oh yeah, you guys still talking?
For a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in school.
He's in
No,
school,
not
Not
now.
now,
Not
before.
currently. Even
Oh,
before
okay.
that, it was because
yeah, because
we separated different schools, right? I was like, shit.
I feel
I
like
had no real contact.
it's mostly because you guys,
PlayStation.
your main like
And
it was on PlayStation,
It was on
but
PS3, and then he went to PS4.
Oh yeah, see y'all.
I had dead ass had to like once I finally got PS4, I was just like, damn, I didn't talk to this nigga in damn near a year.
it was good.
I just went to the party and he's
But
like,
was it easy
he was
though?
like, where's this?
oh my
He's like,
god,
"It's
his
me, dude."
deep ass fucking voice.
But was it easy though to like trying to like
Nah,
keep
that-
that same?
It was weird for a second, bro. It was
Damn.
not like for
That's
it was
crazy.
just like his
I
usual
can't even
quiet stuff.
imagine that because you guys are like
Yeah.
That's what I
same
thought.
brain cell.
Okay.
Maybe his is a little more like
Mellowed.
Less. brain
yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh my god.
But nah, yeah, it was just like I definitely noticed it was weird, but we went right back. It was
Luckily, yeah,
after
it was
that.
good time.
We just kept playing.
But that's just due to the fact that you guys have been friends for a while, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So
I
it was
was able
easy.
to get
Right.
get back to where we
Yeah.
were. Yeah, before.
Yeah.
But I feel like with newer friends, it's a little bit harder because
Oh,
they
yeah,
don't
that
understand you.
yeah.
I think that's
I
just
don't
me.
act the
See, have I
same,
dealt with
bro.
that? I'm not sure if I've ever dealt with that.
You act different.
I used to try to talk to. Let me move something. I used to try to talk to people. Let's say like if we were friends in middle school or whatever, and I kind of missed their like company and whatnot. I guess I would try to start reconnecting with them, like follow them on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you see like they don't even follow you back or they don't like. I guess it's my fault because if you want to reconnect with somebody,
You make an effort, right?
yeah, you should like say like, hey, what's up? I would just like follow them. I'm like, I think that should be enough.
That should be
they'll hit
enough.
me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably hit me up, and sometimes that does happen. But the way that I am through text is like I'm pretty dry. I don't
you
know
even
how
try
to.
to be dry. It just happens.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to like. Like I don't really like using emojis. I use like one or two. Sometimes I do it for like to be extra, but I don't like. How am I supposed to talk to people through message?
So no, I mostly use emojis
So you
so
feel-
people know I'm actually like I do want to talk to them.
So do you feel confrontation is better? Like if the person went up to you that you haven't talked to in a while, or do you think text is better? I'm just trying to like.
we're
find
not
out.
doing. So you rather do it in real life or like in text, basically. I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's,
but
that's
hanging out with somebody that you haven't talked to in a while is kind of weird.
So you want to do like text first. And
I would want to like hang out in a group, like your mutual friends together.
and see
You
how
know
it
what I'm
I would
goes.
saying?
say
Yeah.
texting lessens the awkwardness, and then eventually when you hang out. it
Yeah,
kinda-
but I don't know. After a while, I just
But
stopped doing
it's
that.
not-
Like,
Yeah,
I just stopped texting people. I don't really
Yeah.
try to bother anybody. Like,
That's
That's why I feel like I don't want to
especially
bother.
now, like when I was still in school. It was like all your life is school and then sleep. For me, that's what it was basically. I go to school and then I go to sleep.
Man, that's how
I
it is
wake
now.
up fucking tired and I go to school and that's
Yeah.
it. So I don't really feel like I wanted to text anybody or even with people that I'm okay with and that I'm close with, like you guys. Like sometimes I just want, like if I don't get on, we don't talk.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I feel like that's what helped me become friends with you guys.
Well, except for us, 'cause we kind of just randomly.
Yeah,
Through
with like
Instagram.
Steph and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what kept it together. That was
With the
kind of the
PlayStation.
glue.
Yeah,
It's,
that's
like,
mostly for
PlayStation.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she's like
they have better history with each other. These three.
Yeah, because we all went to the same school.
Yeah.
But
I'm a
PlayStation
random.
made it better.
I'm a
But
random.
yeah,
so.
that made it a little bit harder. So we have a friend who's actually part of this channel, but they
I
don't-
feel like especially with you because you don't really even have social media.
Yeah, you're not a social media person.
like I have it and I don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Same
like-
here.
That's
man.
what
So
makes
it's
it
like if I
harder.
don't talk to you on PlayStation, like, but it's not like we
Okay.
have a problem. Obviously, like,
Yeah, would you? What reason would I have? Like, yo, we trying to hang out, this or that, or how you? Like, I feel like saying I don't even do this with my mom or my sister. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
that's what I'm saying. Like, I same. Like, I don't. talk to my parents. Like, why am I texting
I barely
somebody?
text my mom, or I barely call her. I barely, you know what I'm saying? My
mom
sister.
mostly calls me and texts me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel bad, so I actually do it too.
I just-
I really fuck up there with my dad.
Right.
Like, the thing is, like, I don't check up on people, but I never feel, you know, the people that complain on, like, Instagram and Twitter, like, nobody checks up on me. Like, I don't even complain. Like, I don't even care. Like, that's the thing. I don't need anybody to be checking up on me. Like,
I feel like the people who post that, I don't know.
they're just so,
I feel like they're probably
whores.
hypocrites. I feel like they probably don't even hit up.
They don't hit up anybody. Or there's a reason nobody hits them up.
And technically, no one, like, people are not, they don't have to. Really.
They just, I mean,
It's
obviously
nice.
it is for attention.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they really don't have anybody sometimes. But you also have to make that effort.
You
If
have
you
to make
feel
that
like you
effort.
have nobody, try reaching out.
To other people you know.
And if it's not working, you know, reach out to people that are literally in your house. Like, you know, you could talk to your siblings, parents, whatever the fuck. If you've really got nobody, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Reach out to new people. Honestly. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not working, but just start reaching out to new people. If it really fucks up, or go to therapy. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, oh, I forgot.
Like, I'll say something about my own experience. A little bit, just not too much details. But like I was telling you guys, I started talking to kind of an old friend.
Yeah,
but they, like, before we kind of had, I guess, some feelings or whatever. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
But now that I'm back with somebody, I don't even want to talk about it. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. Keep it as vague as possible and still in the
It's still,
Because for
my
it to make
brain
sense,
is hurting.
for it to make sense, you probably have to go in depth. So, okay.
Wait.
But yeah, I guess reconnecting is really hard, especially for people who deal with, like, who I guess have anxiety.
Or if you have, like, history too with that person.
Yeah. It's definitely hard for people who are just have anxiety or have a past experiences of, like, when they try to, it never works out. But
so in that sense, right? Should you just give up if, like, you try your best?
Look, I would say this: just even though it is something that could be inconvenient, I mean, just try. Just not trying at all doesn't. Like,
right.
If you want to reconnect with that person, and
You should try, yeah.
just try it. I mean,
So then let's say if that person, right? Let's just for a random, like, let's just say like they do, but then after maybe 2 weeks or 3, they just no longer act that same way. Should you then just give up after that point?
I mean, if that's a sign, then yeah. I mean, if it was never gonna really work out, then
That's
yeah,
it, right?
I guess if it wasn't working out, I guess.
I mean, at least I'm just saying, just at least try.
At least give it a try, right?
See
And
what
if you
happens
really
in
see
the-
that shit going nowhere, then fuck it.
Yeah, use your own not instincts, but
Not instincts, yeah.
But like use your gut and just read a situation. See, that's another thing.
That's another thing. Like, when I try to reach out to people and I see that they're like one word responses or like
yeah, get the picture.
Bro, I hate that shit.
I hate that the most. Like,
I've dealt with that.
I'm
Like, I
hey,
get it,
like,
and
yo, how you doing?
that's why I don't even try anymore.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why
when
I
it
don't
gets to
even
that
try
point, I mean,
anymore.
you might as well not even try.
Yeah, I gave
if it's
up.
one word response.
I was trying to reach out to someone in college, and they would just respond. I tried once, and I gave them time. Tried again, never worked out. So I'm like, I give up. There's no point to keep trying, because then you just start getting disappointed too often. I guess it kind of just gets annoying. There's no point in trying anymore. Yeah.
Give it maximum 2 tries and then just give up after that.
Honestly, I think I'll always try
whatever
two.
is your limit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, whatever is your
For me,
limit.
it's
do it.
twice.
Whatever's your limit, just
Whatever's your tolerance.
just give it that much.
Honestly.
Get it? Tolerance.
Tolerance.
Okay.
Boom.
Alright. But I guess we can end it off on that note, you know.
Okay.
Oh my god, my nose. Yeah, I'm really sick right now too.
Yeah, and this
Allergies are coming in. Spring about to pull
this
up on me
juice
and
is
fuck me
tough,
up.
man.
This juice is really hitting me hard.
Hit me.
Sugar rush, but the other way around.
Both ways.
But yeah, reconciling with friends is hard. Relationships suck.
If you feel like it could work out, then try it.
Bitches and niggas ain't shit.
I was
That's
just
the real
abused
message.
and
What he just said
ignored.
is the real message.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes.
Take that away from this podcast.
We have this on camera, Jeff. Like, I'm suing you.
Well, guys,
Let's
this
end it
week
off
your girl.
on a good note.
Yeah.
Be careful out there.
It's been your boy.
Oh my god, I can't speak English. But be careful
Yes,
out there.
I
You know?
lost. I'm no longer the same
I'm
anymore.
gonna throw you off of the couch.
I'm not gonna say.
Watch when this video ends.
2020 about to be a
I'm
movie.
gonna kill your
Stop
ass.
it. Okay, protect y'all hearts, bro.
Yep.
That shit sucks if it's not protected.
Yeah, but
Wear protection.
Wait, what was the video? Get your money up, not your
Yeah,
fucking.
get your money, but you're putting it.
don't wear it. What the hell?
But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Bye. Love y'all.
We'll see you like in a month. Bet.
Maybe two.
Bye.